The question, what do women want? May be the biggest mystery for straight guys. I think that one reason the answer has been so hard to find for so long is that, well, it's the wrong question. We all have things we want, but at the heart of those wants is the real reason we want them. The need we are trying to meet by getting what we want. The better question is, how can we work to meet the wants of the woman we love? Whenever I write something like this, people tell me, James, it works both ways. Comments. We already knew that. We all know that both people must do their part for a relationship to be healthy and happy. We all know that we must work together. Even though a piece talks about a woman's wants, that doesn't mean that men don't have needs too. I've also written a lot about that subject. Here's one that's good. Anyway, enough with feeding the trolls. Let's get to the reason you clicked on this story in the first place. She needs to be treated with care. Yes, but before you think this is so clear that it doesn't need to be said, let's look at how a woman's relationship with respect changes over time. Women have had to work twice as hard as men to get the same respect since the beginning of time. When my late grandma was born, women in the United States couldn't even vote. Obviously, society has come a long way since then, which is a good thing. But women are still seen and treated differently in many places, from the office to the classroom to the gym. She doesn't want to have to fight for respect in her relationship either. To feel like it's anything other than the default. To always have her wants, needs, and wishes put aside for someone else's, ahem, yours. Don't get me wrong, women are out there kicking asses every day and don't need your help. To their credit, they've moved up in society to the point where the numbers show that they beat men at work, make more money, and do better in college than men. It's still true, though, that we all live in completely different worlds in terms of how people around us talk to and treat us every day. Remember this the next time you just take it for granted that she gets that you respect her. You might have to try harder to prove it to her. 2. She must learn to trust you before she will. James, doesn't trust need to be earned on both sides? Hey, don't you remember what I said? Going on. We've already talked about how the need to be able to trust you can show up in many different ways. For example, it's clear that she wants you to be constant. Still, why? Because staying the same helps build trust. If you show her that you'll be there when you say you will, that you are who you say you are, and that your words match what you do, it shows that you can be trusted. If she doesn't trust you, she will never be able to love you fully. If there's something inside you that tells her there's more to you that will come out after enough time has passed, she won't be able to let you in all the way. When she needs you, she won't be able to count on you. She won't be able to trust you or open up to you on an emotional level. Because of this, trust must first be won, and then it must be kept. It's true that one mistake, lie, or bad choice can destroy something in seconds, no matter how long it took to build. It's fragile, but that's what makes it so important. 3. She has to know that you want her. James, I always tell women they're hot. Yes, that's great. To really want a woman, you don't have to tell her you think she's hot or sexy. Women know that men want them all the time. They are constantly reminded of it by the weirdos they've never met who leave comments on their Instagram posts or call them names on the street. I'm talking about wanting something. It's a lot more complicated than it seems. It's the powerful pull you feel toward her, not because of how she looks but because of who she is at her core. It's that strong pull that makes you want to know more about her, that fills your mind and heart, and that makes you want to be in her company. It's the kind of desire you don't feel for someone just because you find them attractive. She can find a guy who just wants to get into her pants anywhere, but what about a guy who wants to get to know her better? Her mind? Her soul? That's what makes her feel like you really want her and draws her back to you. 4. She needs to know how much you care about her. Do you know what one of the most common thoughts is that causes couples to drift apart over time? Feeling taken for granted. It's a sad fact that it's easy to fall into. The days are full of responsibilities, work, chasing after the kids, running after your goals, trying to get to the gym, eating healthy, cleaning the house, hosting that party tonight, making sure the kids' homework is done, and even make sure your own homework is done. Your partner is with you through it all, of course. They also work on their own projects. They're a permanent part of the house, which makes you feel steady, stable, and safe. On the other hand, they're always there, so it doesn't matter. So, we can sometimes go about our days without making the extra effort to show or feel the level of respect and thanks they deserve. Part of committing to a person in a relationship is promising to notice and value the work they put into the relationship. Not just once or twice, but often and regularly. No one, no matter how kind or selfless they are, will keep giving their all to a person or situation that doesn't respect it. We all need to feel important and appreciated, and our friendship should be one of the best ways to feel this way. 5. She needs to know that you can take care of her and that you will. First, let's be clear, I'm not saying that a woman needs to be cared for, coddled, supported financially, or saved. I want to bring attention to the fact that everyone, no matter their gender or background, sometimes needs to be cared for by someone else. The truth is that life is long, and there will be problems along the way. Setbacks, injuries, illnesses, losses, and the longer we live, the more problems we face. When we promise to be with one person for the rest of our lives, we have to believe that they will be there for us through good times and bad. If you've ever read anything I've written, you've probably seen me talk about my late grandparents, who were married for almost 70 years. In their later years, they lived with a daughter-in-law at my parents' house. I was lucky to see them often and spend long amounts of time with them, as I had done my whole life. I saw them carry each other around. I saw that they were kind to each other. I saw them cut each other's food and spread butter on each other's bread. I watched them get mad at each other. I saw them waiting for their doctor visits in the waiting room. On the day my grandfather died, I saw my grandma at his bedside. Why do I ruin the mood by telling the truth? Well, because, in the end, it's true. A fact of life that we don't like to talk about because it makes us feel bad. But I think it can be a terrible mistake to ignore these facts when looking for a life partner. You need to be able to trust your partner to do everything they can to take care of you when you need it. It could be as easy as being there to listen after a hard day. Or, it might take a lot more than that. But that's what you agree to when you make a pledge for life. If you can't promise her that, she should find someone who will. She needs to know that she can also take care of you. I had this talk with one of my private clients not too long ago. Her boyfriend was having a short-term health problem that wasn't too bad, so she helped him. She spent a lot of time driving a long way to take care of him after he went on an outdoor adventure. Her desire to care for others came out, and she moved quickly to help. Even though it's considered rude to talk about how men's and women's bodies and brains are different, they are still different. Most of the time, women are more loving and nurturing than men, while men are more likely to protect and provide. There are always exceptions to every rule. The point is that a woman's ability to care for others is built into who she is. She wants to help people. She has a reason for doing it, just like men have a reason for taking care of or giving to their loved ones. Again, this is not a hint that women want or need to be taken care of. Think about baby fever, the strong biological pull that many women feel to have children. Some women, like my mother and my wife, show this love to whomever they can help at the time. After my brother and I moved out, my parents started getting older dogs that they took care of until they died. Even though the kind of care changed, the need for it did not. Like all good moms, my wife is very passionate about how she cares for our kids. It's in their nature to be that way, and they need ways to show it. Don't forget that letting her take care of you if she wants to do makes you less of a man. 7. She must know that you can lead in life and love. Here's a point that might seem debatable, surprise, but I don't think it is. It's only debatable if we don't consider what men and women really want and need. My personal belief, which is based on more than 10 years of professional experience as a coach and tens of thousands of individual conversations with women over the years, is that no matter how powerful or successful a woman is, she still wants a man who can step up and lead in a relationship. She wants to know that you'll still plan dates, be sweet, and pick up the slack when she's busy. She wants to know that you'll fill in the blanks. When I first met my wife, she owned and ran a big indoor playground for kids. Because of the pandemic, it had to close in the end. She just got out of a bad marriage while she was still pregnant with her youngest child, who is now ours. She moved them all into a nice apartment while dealing with an outbreak, work changes, and taking care of the 2 little ones. She didn't want me to do anything for her. She oversaw everything. One reason I wanted her to know she didn't have to do it all by herself was because of this. After long days of making all the decisions, I would plan dinner, get her a glass of wine, pick up the kids, get groceries, or do anything else I could to help. Not because she needed me to do it, but because moving up to the plate was one way I could show her I was willing to be a friend, a partner, and someone who could step in and take the lead if needed. Now, 3 years later, she stays home with our 3-year-old while our 7-year-old goes to private school, and I pay for everything. We both agreed that this is best for our family now, not because she needs me to help her. If she hadn't been able to trust me to do that, or if I hadn't been able to do that, it would have caused a lot more worry and tension than we have now. Good sir, you might not need to step up and take charge right now, but she needs to know that you can if life calls for it. 8. She needs you to be steady and safe. James, do you mean to say that women only want a man with money? Yes, having a stable income is important, but not because it gives you stuff. To be stable in life and love, you need to feel at peace. It's about not being afraid that things could fall apart or go in a different way at any time. Consistency is also shown by stability. See point 2. It shows that you do what you say you're going to do. It shows that you've thought about your own future and tried to make it happen. It shows that you're not a flake and that you really care about your goals and dreams. When a woman is thinking about spending the rest of her life with someone, she will think about what his life will be like as well. If you want to have a strong life together, you need to start with a strong base. One that is stable, safe, and strong. 9. She needs to know she is safe. I've already said that guys have a natural need to protect and provide for the people they care about. We as people need to feel safe in more ways than just our physical safety, though. Yes, of course, it is important to know that she is safe from physical harm or danger. But safety in love goes even further. She needs to know that she is safe with you both personally and mentally. Safe telling you things. She feels safe telling you her deepest fears. Safe to be physically and mentally close. She feels safe telling you her deepest secrets, wants, fears, and feelings. I think the need for safety is more important than most, if not all, of the other needs we talk about, because if that core need isn't met, nothing else will matter in the long run. 10. The need for closeness and sex that are good. Oh, you thought only guys needed sexual activity. Just because women can't talk about their sexual needs because of social pressures doesn't mean that those needs are any less strong, real, or human. Men don't understand women's personal wants as well as they should because of this shunning we've been through over the years. But not knowing about something doesn't make it less important. Most of the time, women need to feel mentally connected, safe, and close to a guy before they want to be physically intimate with him. Each keeps the other going. Any grown, consenting, close relationship needs to be healthy, happen often, and be safe on all levels. 11. The need to talk to each other in a good way. No one knows everything. Sorry to break it to you. I'm sorry to tell you this. No one can read minds, which is a double surprise. This is why it's so important to talk to each other in a healthy way if you want to build a strong bond with someone. We need to hear what they say. We need to talk with them. We need to talk to them. We need to keep an open mind, be patient, stay calm, and understand each other. We need to find out what they want and do our best to give it to them. Then, we have to be brave and honest enough to tell them what we need. How else can we make sure that both people in a relationship get, and give, what they need? 12. She needs to be accepted and loved for who she is. When you wake up in the morning, you see her, but do you really see her? How many people do you think in her life really see her for who she is? The things that make her unique are her quirks, her values, and opinions, the way she cares about other people, her ideas and goals that push her forward every day. The difficulties she has faced, and the strength she has gained as a result. The things that really make someone who they are. I think the person we choose to spend the rest of our lives with should make an effort to learn all of our quirks and details and accept them. To know a person as well as we can. We might not like everything we find out about a person or their past, but let's be honest, we don't like everything about ourselves either. It means to accept, embrace, and love the whole person. When you get close to someone, they need to know that you love and accept them for who they really are. If not, they will never feel safe or linked. They'll always wonder when you'll leave or decide to do something else. If you try to meet all these needs, though, and if you act in a genuine, loving, and honest way, your relationship will be able to grow, thrive, and grow. You'll make a link that can't be broken by life's problems. You'll become one in your heart, mind, body, and soul. Everyone has different and unique needs, but that's part of the beauty of getting to know someone and going through life with them. You don't know exactly where the road will lead you, but you know it will be beautiful.